So once again, welcome. Now we are on part 3 of this video of stock management system, stock manager demo system that we are creating. And here we're going to create our variables that will be saving in the database into this stock.java class in this model package. And you're going to also add code in this stock.dao class in the controller package. So we are going to first specify variables we need to save. So variables normally are those which will be holding data from these text fields. So in this case, we have 6 text fields or 6 components to get data from. The first one is the type, and then name, quality, quantity, price, and entry date. So here we're going to create variables. We make them private, and we're going to give them the data types of strings. They'll all be having string as the data type. The next thing we're going to do is to add insert some code, and we're going to first enter a non-parameterized constructor. We're going to literally create an empty constructor, and the next thing we're going to do is to create a parameterized constructor, and then finally we're going to create a getters and setters. So literally how I'm doing this is I'm simply clicking right click, then insert code, and then I choose what I want to do. So here we are done with this class of stock. The most important thing you need to do is create variables, add a non-parameterized constructor, then finally a parameterized constructor, and then at last add getters and setters for everything you have inside here. So with that done, we're going to create a method in here in this stock.dao. This is a method that will be helping us to save data using this stock class. So what we're going to do is write public void save. This is the name of the method, save, and then we're going to save data into the database using data that we have got from this class. So here we need to first import this class to be able to use it, and then another thing we need to do, it is because we want to get connected and also get disconnected for every time you make a transaction on the database. And we also remember that we have created a class called database connector, which has those capabilities of saving, of creating or getting connected to the database and then getting disconnected. What you're going to do is we are going to get connected to that class so that whatever I want to do to the database, in this case I'm saying to get connected and then finally getting disconnected, we're going to be easily making those transactions or these activities easily simply by writing besides the class name extends database connector. Here it is even directly imported. So here if we for everything we need to do, first of all, if you want to save, we need to first get connected to the database. So what we're going to do is say get connection. And the reason why this get connection was so easy to come, it is because we are extended to this database connector class, which has inside itself this get connection method. So the next thing is we're going to use the prepared statement. I'm sorry. First of all, going to create an SQL query which will be saving data in the database. So we're going to create a string array string save query, and we write the normal SQL query as insert into stock values. Here we're going to put the placeholders representing the data that we're going to save in the database. In this case, I'm going to save 6 data, so I'm putting 6 placeholders. After that, we're going to use the prepare statement also the prepare statement will come from this database connector, because in this database connector, we have declared variables like public connection, public prepare statement. So because we are extended to this class, we are also able to use that prepare statement and say that prepare statement is equal to con.prepare statement. And this prepare statement is going to receive this query that we have done and then execute it. We're going to add a try and catch to this block, and then finally we're going to add data to these placeholders. We're going to say ps.setString, and on the first placeholder we're going to add data from this stock class. We're going to say stck.get. We first start by the type, so it is get type, and that is what we're going to do on the other 5 data. Here we get what? Here we get the name, and here we get the quantity, and here we get the quality, and here it is the price, and finally the date. Where is the date? Yeah, it is the entry date. So this is pretty much what we need to do. And then finally we say prepare statement.execute update. Why execute update? It is because we want to make a change to the database. So this is it. This is normally what we need to do to save data. And then finally, because as we have studied in the class, whenever we make a transaction to the database, we first need to be connected, and as we get served, we also need to leave to give place to other transaction to be done. So I'm going to add here finally, and we say after all we have done, finally we're going to get disconnected, and this get disconnection is from our database connector class. So this is what we need to save into the database. This is pretty much it. So I think this is it. You're welcome to the next video.